we're ashamed of the neighbors. So we had Rabbi Uri Zohar was here from Eretz Yisrael, and someone said, but what about the neighbors? And he said, we only have to concern ourselves with the Shekhinah, not the Shchenim. But there's a piece of us that we're worried, the neighbors. Your neighbors knew about your kid before you did. They knew before you did that he's off the derech, and all the averis, they all know. Everybody is not interested. They already finished. They already moved on to the next gossip of the day. But if you have a piece of you that you're worried about the neighbors, and you say to yourself, I'm a human being, and I don't want the neighbors to talk bad about me. So you should know that in today's day and age, you walk outside with your kid who's the way they are, without a yarmulke, smoking on Shabbos, whatever it is, in a miniskirt, and your arm is around them, and all your neighbors look, do you know what they're saying? Most of them, almost all of them, are saying, wow, Azoy Dav Zayin. This is the way we're going to save Dairis. They're going to look up at you, and all of a sudden they're going to come over to you, like it happens to all of our parents here who do this. All of a sudden, quietly, they come over to you. You're amazing. How do you do it? That's gavaldik. And you say, yeah, Ziratzan Hashem, I'm following my Das Torah. I'm doing what I need to do. And we know, Lefum Tzara Agra. If it's uncomfortable, it's uncomfortable. The first Hatzalah members that went driving on Shabbos in the streets, they felt very weird. Driving on Shabbos, but they're not going to not save somebody because my neighbor thinks I became a Machal Shabbos. You're worried that your neighbor thinks bad of you. Today, the nicest families have kids off the derech. The nicest families have kids in the psych wards, Nebuch. The nicest families have kids on drugs. It's mamash epidemic. It's everywhere. Aim bias, she'ein shames. Every time I do a family meeting, afterwards there's an uncle, there's a grandfather, there's a cousin, and they all come over to me quietly. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Everybody's suffering. So you have nothing to be embarrassed over. If Koppelman Zatzal said that this has nothing to do with you. There's no avera that a parent can do to deserve this pain. This is a himmeldik azach. It's not because you're averis, and it's not because it's Hashem's cheshbon that ikvus in the Mashiach. You were sent down a certain neshama for the tikkun of the neshama, for the tikkun of us, as Avi Shteit in Zayir HaKadosh, that we pick the child and the child picks up, and everything in Shemayim is picked beautifully. And like Reb Shimon Russell said from the Tzemach Hashem L'Tzvi, that Vada in Shemayim, the Neshama see everything, Vada Bacher Rak B'Toiv. Nobody came and made a mistake on what they chose in Shemayim. They know what they need for their tikkun. We know what we need for our tikkun in Shemayim, and even though it's painful and it's difficult, it's all for our tikkun. Maybe in a previous Gilgul we were wonderful, but we hurt somebody, we had sinas chinam, and now Hashem is giving us a child to have a havas chinam. Maybe we were merachik somebody, we have a chance to be mekarev. We don't know. Maybe Hashem wants mesiras nefesh from us for nachayid, that we shouldn't at all care about anything or anybody if once we feel that this is Ratzon Hashem. And think about it. Think about it. Yidden did things, they were killed and beaten for generations, trying to do Ratzon Hashem, and what can we do? Now we're not going to do the right thing because the neighbors are going to judge me. We're doing Ratzon Hashem. We have a terrible nisayon, and we should be proud and walk high. You should walk with your head up high, that you are responding to the crisis in the derech that you feel, with your Das Torah, who sent you here, feels that this is the highest possible way to respond, al pi derech HaTorah. Once you know it's Ratzon Hashem, the shame goes away. The part of you that's still there that you're worried about, Adarabba, they're going to say not negative about you, they're going to say positive about you. All of a sudden in the neighborhood, all the people with problem kids are going to come over to you. Mamish like a magnet. It's what happens to everybody, right? Everybody's nodding their heads here. They just come over to you and they start saying, oh, could you help me? What do you, well? Your house is loaded with that? Comes with time, right? Eventually. Once, and the people and the neighbors and all of that, right? They follow the parents. The siblings follow the parents. When you're proud and you walk outside and you go out, even if it's very hard on Shabbos and there's a car or whatever it is, and you say, here's the best part. It's like pulling a Band-Aid off. Once you do it one time, that's it. You never have to look over your shoulder again. Yes, this is my kid. This is my matziv. This is my mahalach. This is my Rebbe, my Das Torah. That's all. You have a problem? Go speak to your Das Torah. You should never know. And that's it.